Welcome, everyone, to Music Junkies, a podcast about people sharing extraordinary stories about how music has impacted their lives.
All right, welcome everyone to Music Junkies. I'm excited today. It's a super great friend of mine, Leah, right?
Hi, everyone.
Old neighbors, but really good friends. And today we're going to do something different. We're going to do a wine tasting with Leah. So before we get started, I do, while I pour some wine, I did want to ask you, how was your experience putting your playlist together today?
It was tricky.
Yeah?
It was tricky. I don't know. I feel like there's been so many different songs throughout my many years of life that it was hard to narrow it down to like just 10 or like, and then you wanted me to think about them. So that was tricky too. Cause it's like, yeah, I like this song, but then I had to think, but is there a real meaning behind it for me other than I like the beat? It's a good jam.
It's a good jam. Nothing wrong with that. And if somebody was to ask you to describe your playlist, how would you describe it?
I would say it's a little bit of rock and a lot of alternative, a little bit of punk. Yeah.
Well, I do know when I got your playlist, the first thing I thought of was this is totally Leah.
Yeah.
1,000%. Like I was like, Tyler literally came downstairs because I always like to listen before the podcast. And he came downstairs and he was like, is this Leah's?
Well, I'm glad you guys relate the songs to me. That says something about my choices.
Yeah,
there are definitely a lot of songs from the past more than like the present because it's nice to reminisce, right?
I agree. So I made this wine.
Ooh, what did you use?
Grapes
from BC.
No, I didn't do any grape stomping. I should have, but I did not.
Was it a kit? One of those?
It was a kit.
Okay.
So
what do you got for us today?
Today is a Riesling, Vanna.
I like
Riesling.
It looks chilled.
It's like a Gewürztraminer Riesling.
Okay, so a little sweeter.
Okay, so a little sweeter. So we're gonna pound back some of this, and then once we're done, we'll have some more, and then after this, we'll just finish off the bottle. So we'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be totally fine. I'll be like, I need an Uber.
It'll be like that one time at my birthday that we didn't realize it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. And remember, we had a tea then after we drank all the booze. Remember sitting
I totally remember this.
That was that 80s party that I had. Do you remember?
Party. Yeah.
What was the favorite part of that party for you?
I think all the costumes.
I think so.
They were well done. They were really well done.
You know, to this day, we still talk about it. Remember, we put that fake baking soda in the bathroom.
You guys were so bad. I still remember
and Blaine came out with all
the white on his nose, and I was losing my
mind.
You're
losing your mind.
Do drugs? Too old to do drugs.
Coke in here. Oh my God.
What kind of party is this?
You would be amazed on how many people, and I don't know if it was fake, but how many people actually did have 8 balls and bags of pretend Coke in their costumes.
Oh, just as props.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
Well, if it wasn't props, I wasn't getting any of it, but I was like,
I think it was a prop.
I think it was a prop. How good?
Oh, it's delicious. It's very good. It's sweet, super drinkable.
Yeah, me too. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. How many bottles of this did you make?
31, I believe a kit makes.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it.
So we're going to try audio here and make sure everything works. We're going to start with your first song. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Oh, yeah.
All right. Play guitar. John Cougar Mellencamp.
That's right.
He's just like, did you think he was sexy growing up?
I was, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When I got a little older. When I first heard him, we were pretty young, and like the memory is like me and my sister driving in the backseat of my parents' Grand Marquis, this big car, and my dad would play John Cougar, and we would giggle because he swears at one point in the song. He's like, forget all about that macho shit. And me and my sister would be like, he said shit. That was like my first experience of like rock, and I love John Cougar Mellencamp. So it's hard to narrow down one of his songs, but that one was a total memory.
Yeah.
Of driving to Saskatchewan 8 hours, listening to rock and roll music in the Grand Marquis. It's good times.
How old were you?
I'm gonna say I was probably about 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys go? Why were you going to Saskatchewan?
Oh, that's where my parents are from. So we go there to see grandma and grandpa. Yeah. Spend our summers catching turtles and frogs.
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
Walking down train tracks.
So you spent lots of your summers with your grandparents?
We tried to visit them every summer. We would drive out there. Yeah, so we did. It was nice. Like we mostly spent our time with on my dad's side. My grandma was super clean freak. We weren't really allowed in the house.
Plastic on the couches?
There was, absolutely.
No way.
Yeah, absolutely. And me and my cousins would go out there. We weren't allowed in, so we would just go play in the creek and walk along train tracks and get in trouble. And yeah, it was fun.
You just have a sister, or do you have a brother too?
One sister.
One sister.
Yeah.
So both of you.
Yeah, both of me and my cousins we grew up with would all meet us out there too. And some
That's
good
awesome.
memories of that.
Yeah. What's your favorite memory that would come to mind?
Of Saskatchewan?
Yeah, just kind of being with the family, your sister, all of that.
Spending the time with my cousins and just that. When I think of Saskatchewan, I think of like that Saskatchewan, that dry heat and like the wheat blowing. It's very picturesque in kind of a really raw way.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite memory was just going down to the creek. We would just catch turtles, like tons, and we'd bring them all back to my grandma's.
Were they big?
House. Oh, they were, yeah, some were big.
Oh,
some
really?
Yeah, some were little. And I did take one home once.
What happened?
He didn't want to live with me. He kept trying to run away. So eventually I just let him go by a creek. We used to catch lots of wildlife. I think my cousin once, he took some birds, found some baby birds and wanted to raise them himself. So he put them in his dad's car, and his dad kept pulling over and thinking something was wrong with the engine because it was like cheap. They were like, chirp, chirp. And he thought something was wrong with the vehicle. So then his dad kept pulling over and taking a look to see what the hell's wrong with this goddamn car, right?
It's chirping every
and
time.
The boys are just like, I don't know. Yeah, we used to bring home everything we could find from out there. Frogs, turtles, birds, whatever, snakes.
Wow.
That's fun too. Snakes, garter snakes.
And then now do you take your kids out there?
They've gone out there. We still have family out there. My Uncle Bill just passed away, and he was kind of like he kept the family glued together, but he recently passed away, but he has left the farmhouse they grew up in. He had it restored. Oh, so that land and the farmhouse is still there for our family to go and gather. And I think next August we'll do another reunion out there and do some tree dedications to the people that have passed and that kind of stuff out there. So
I've never been to. I've just drove through, and I want to because I've heard like there's beautiful lakes there, and I would really like to see it. But literally, 10 days overdue driving to Winnipeg. That's as much Saskatchewan I've seen. Like we were just driving by.
I have a lot of nostalgia around it just because I was a kid going there, right? But I think a lot of people give Saskatchewan a bad name and like, oh, Sasky, right? But it's actually really, really beautiful if you spend time there.
Yeah. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up here, Calgary. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Born and raised.
And then, so your parents, like, were they from Saskatchewan and then moved here and left mom and dad kind of thing? And
yeah, they both, I think my dad, one of them came out first and then the other one kind of followed. Actually, I think my dad came out first and then my mom followed him and she came to see him. She knew he was working at Shoppers Drug Mart.
She was stalking him.
She was stalking him. And he pretended he didn't know who she was.
I don't know who you are.
Who are you?
We'll meet over there.
Feelings were all hurt. Yeah.
I love it. Next song, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Some of these I haven't heard, so this song is called Blisters in the Sun.
Blister in the Sun.
Yes, such a good song. When this song played downstairs, I was like, this is totally Leah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So Blister in the Sun, Violent Femmes, hilarious band, like just really good energy. They remind me of my first car.
Oh, yeah. What kind of car was it?
So it was a Volkswagen Rabbit.
Nice.
And she was beautiful. She was black and she had like the old crank sunroof, right? Thought it was super cool. I'd crank open the roof. It had like the old deck that you'd pull out.
When you went to like your friend's house, you just pulled the deck out.
Yeah, my rad stereo.
I love it.
Yeah. You pull out, you'd hide under the seat or whatever.
It was so awesome when you finally got the faceplate kind.
Yeah, that was really high tech.
See, the kids that
they have no idea. They had no idea.
We would have to carry around the stereo at a party.
But man, you felt cool.
You totally did. You totally put it under your jacket.
Exactly. Yeah. You're like, this is my Alpine.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Totally Alpine.
Yeah.
For sure.
So we used to like just crank Violent Femmes in that car. Me and my girlfriends. I remember once we were driving down Memorial and we had it just cranked and we're singing away and it was so loud we didn't notice the fire truck behind us. And they're like, they had the lights and the siren and the driver. I didn't even check the rear view. I'm just like, yeah. And then they drove by us finally and we're like just shaking their heads like, God, girls, right? And we're just like, yeah. Oh my God. I should have pulled over.
What age did you get your license?
I was older. I think I was grade 12, so probably 17. I actually don't even think I got it. Yeah, I think it was 17 when I got my license finally. Yeah, it took me a little while. I didn't want to drive, and I had everyone else just pick me up.
Yeah.
Didn't have to.
What were you like in high school growing up?
Well, I thought I was good. Other people might have a different opinion.
Were you a good girl, smart, athlete,
no,
preppy?
I grew up kind of in a rougher kind of neighborhood, right? So I felt like we had to be a little bit tough around the edges, a little rough around the edges. I had really good friends, and I got along with pretty much everybody, but I was very loyal, like just a loyal person, but I did come off kind of with a tougher exterior just because didn't want anyone to beat me and my friends up. So I had to look like
Did you ever get in a fight at school?
No fights. No fights. I had a few like close calls.
But did you have somebody step in?
I had a really good friend who would look out for me. He was just at my house the other day, and he owns a painting company, so he had one of his painters come paint my garage door because I was like, I don't want to paint this. But yeah, he was pretty connected for that age group, you know. So yeah, if I wasn't threatened or anything, I'd be like, this is happening, and he would just take care of that.
Did you go to lots of bush parties growing up here in Calgary?
Not so much in Calgary. We also had a cabin, and I had some farm school kind of friends out there from when we had the cabin, and we'd do bush parties out there, which was totally different than city life.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. So that was all like, I remember just seeing like massive trees on the ground on fire. I was like, whoa, these kids are wild.
That's what we would have.
Yeah.
Like growing up in Nanaimo, obviously in BC, it's like so lush.
Oh yeah.
So we couldn't just go, we had to go like deep in the bush.
Yeah.
Right. And we would take, my first car was a Toyota Corolla, 3 in the tree.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. And I didn't really get to drive it because my stepsister took it and smashed it.
Oh no.
So then they bought me a Pontiac hatchback.
Oh, cute.
And I literally like took this thing out in the bush, and we would go like bogging through like dirt.
All the cut lines.
Oh,
just like bagging the crap out of it.
Playing music, drinking beer.
Yeah.
Dumping the beer cans out, like just really bad.
Things you would never do.
Yeah.
Never
do again.
No.
Totally would. It's
never.
So fun.
So bad.
What's the last gift somebody gave you?
A gift. Oh my God. Let me think now. When was my birthday? Is that the last gift I got?
When was your birthday?
It's November. Where are we now? August.
Oh my God, it's August.
Oh no, I think I probably got gifts at Christmas time. That came after.
Nothing after that? I'm gonna have to phone Blaine. What the hell?
Okay, yeah, he tried to get me something. So I said I wanted
scooters.
I wanted an electric
Mother's
scooter.
Day?
Yeah, that's what it was. Oh my God. Yeah, he gave me a thing. What are those where you put the bubbles in the water?
Like make soda?
Yeah, like
making pop. He's like, here, make some pop.
Make some of your own soda to go with your drink.
Stop going and getting the Coke.
Quit buying the bubbly. So you make your own. Yeah, I got a soda stream or whatever they're called.
Okay.
And then I think he had already bought it, and I was like, I really want electric scooters. So he comes home with these 2 real rickety things. I'm like, not these, not this.
Did you get this on Kijiji?
Where was some auction? Well, off the auction. I'm like, oh, fab. Like these. They're not very fast. The kids love them, but I was like, this is not what I was picturing.
What's the worst gift you've ever been given that you're like, oh, this is amazing. Thank you.
Okay. It's not really the worst gift, but it's kind of a funny gift. So when me and Blaine were dating, I really wanted a new iPhone. And it was like iPhones, it was like when they first came out and stuff, I wanted an iPhone.
They're like $3 million.
Yeah. I think they're worse now. I think they're more expensive than they were back then. But he's like, my sister's like, so what'd you get Leah for her birthday? And he was like, well, she really wanted an iPhone. So
I got her a Samsung.
I got her a bobsled ride. What? Yeah. He took me bobsledding.
Oh my God.
It's never been on my wish list.
You're like, are we going to stop somewhere and use the phone?
Yeah, no, I didn't understand. And then I went down this thing. He didn't even come with me. I just ended up going on my own with the driver. It wasn't like a shared couple thing.
Really?
It was just here. Yeah.
Here's a bobsled for you and the Olympic team. There you go.
Yeah, go. Woo! was like, okay, yeah, and that was it. I was like, there was no phone at the end. There was like, it got off.
The guy sitting
like,
at the end.
Yeah, ta-da! No, it was just like, how was the bus ride? I was like,
No.
I drooled all over myself. It was like the force was aggressive there. I couldn't see anything.
Clenched my butt cheeks to get down.
Yeah.
This thing.
Yeah. So it was probably the strangest gift I've ever received.
That is kind of strange.
Yeah, I didn't ask for that. I never requested it. I still don't understand where his head was that day.
That is awesome. This next song, Just Like Heaven. Here. I feel like may not be like a crazy story, but I do feel like there would be a good story to that song.
It's not a lot of, I don't know if it's so much of a story. I think it was just more of a phase in my life. You know, when you get the angsty teen years, you know, and you're sitting in your room and you got all your posters on the wall.
What posters did you have on the wall?
I had a lot of The Cure and different alternative bands like that. I loved EMF. Remember EMF?
No, I don't.
Oh my God. They were like alternative, like punk band, but for like young girls. It's like the New Kids, alternative New Kids.
Like a punk version of New Kids.
Punk version, right? They were cute. And I remember I wanted to redo my room. So me and my girlfriends peeled off all the wallpaper in my room, but then it had left all the glue. So we had, then anyone who came over, I just left that up. It was like brown paper all over my walls, and we just drew all over my walls, and people did art on my walls and signed my walls.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would just sit in my room, and if I was, you know, you're always in love back then with someone. And you would just think about, the lyrics, Robert Smith's lyrics, right? They're always so romantic. He's such a romantic, I find. And you listen to his lyrics, and I'm like, why can't my guy be like that? Well, no, because they're 15 and stupid. Yeah. You know? So that's Robert Smith for me was all about romance and love and being sad. Yeah.
I have a story about painting a room.
Okay.
But I was probably 17 or 18, and we went over to a friend's house. His name was Jamie Aaron.
Okay. Hi, Jamie Aaron.
And we did a whole bunch of acid. And then we like painted this house. And then I don't even know how it even started. People just started like doing handprints and then footprints and butt prints and
body prints.
Like this whole entire house.
I bet that looked pretty good.
Like, I never went back after that. I don't remember. I probably did, but yeah, that was a whole, I recommend not doing acid and painting.
Probably not the best choice. Was he living at home with his parents?
No, he was out on his own. So they rented this place.
Yeah, I'm sure the landlord loved that. He's like, look at my artistic abilities. Me and my friends were fabulous.
So amazing. And then us girls went and ventured out. And there was a place called, they can't arrest me now because it's like years later.
Right?
There's like a
Did
place.
we Google that?
Let's hope. There's a place called TAC, the Ultimate Choice Club, and it moved from the reservation to like the main street. And I got on my girlfriend's shoulders and we ripped off the sign and we like carried it back to this house and like put it on the wall. Because that's where we used to go before we were able to drink.
Yeah. It was nostalgia. You had to take a piece of that.
That McDonald's fries and mayonnaise.
Oh, yeah. I never did the mayo. I never understood that.
It's out of control.
Yeah.
All right. Next song. Okay. This is a Bizarre Triangle, right?
Oh, yeah.
New Order.
New Order.
Good song. I think it's great.
Yeah, I love that song. Good music to that one. That reminds me of the club we used to have in Calgary called Detours.
Yes, I love Detours.
And they would play New Order quite often. And that reminded, like, I had a girlfriend that lives in Kensington, and we would drink Gewürztraminer every weekend. That was what our first wine was. When you said this was like kind of a Gewürz, I was like, okay. And we'd down a couple bottles of that and go to Detours and just dance all night. And what I loved about Detours was the gay bar, right? Yeah. So
you could dance, and guys were like not breathing on your neck.
No one was hitting on you. Yeah. You just danced, you know, and you had all your friends around you, and they were always so sweet. Oh, girlfriend, you look fabulous. Like they just like pump your tires, and you're like, yes, oh thanks. And they do your hair and give you makeup tips, and they're so good at all that. And it was just a fun time. It was just dance, dance, dance. And it was Fridays, Saturdays, and then Sundays they had the drag throws. Yeah. And we spent so much time at that place. So whenever I hear New Order, that's what it reminds me of.
What other bars did you go to in Calgary that you absolutely loved?
Republic was the other one I really, really loved.
Yeah, I never went to that. Well, I was here in 97, so I didn't really go to that one. I know Ty went to that bar a lot. He really liked it.
Loved Republic.
But it was like a punk bar.
Yeah, it was more alternative. And they did have some good bands come through. I remember I saw the Smalls at the Republic, which was a really fun show to see. That place was one of my favorites too. It came a little bit after Detours that I started going there. And yeah, another place you just dance all night. And it was so nasty there. Actually, it's related to another song. So we'll come up to it later. I'll tell you about the nastiness when you hit the song. Because otherwise it's like, I already told that story.
Yeah, I already. Okay, you ready for the next flavor?
Yeah. Let me finish this a little bit. It was very good.
It was good, hey?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this next one I can't tell you yet. I want you to try it first. I have to hide the label for you're not.
Did you make this one?
Yes,
as well?
I made this one.
You made
as well.
all these?
Yes, that's why I thought this would be fun because you
liked it.
I asked you, what do you like to drink? And you said, I like wine. And I said, perfect.
You're like, I got a shit ton.
I got a shit ton downstairs.
I got a shit a lot of that. Gotta unload this.
I always want my guests to have their favorite drinks.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I drank a lot of cocktails and a lot of beer this summer. So
yeah,
wine is a good choice.
Wine's a good choice.
Yeah.
So what is that filling your mouth with?
That is sweet.
Yeah.
Appley. Is it apples?
Do you want me to show you? It's a coconut nut pineapple.
Delicious.
Yeah. So here's the story. We obviously love to make wine and we have made lots of wine. And I send Tyler to go get a wine kit. And there's this new place by the casino. So he goes in there, he comes home and he's like, we need to go to this place. I don't know if this girl is like liquored up or if maybe she has some mental issues
or she's fucked.
So I'm like, okay, so it's like 10 in the morning.
Okay.
Right. So we go there and she is liquored up. I swear to God, there's no way. There's no way that
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Okay.
Just pissed out of her mind.
Where is this place?
It's by the casino.
Okay. So
yeah,
it's in town.
It's in town. So
okay.
we ended up buying like 3 kits because she was drunk and we wanted to like.
So you took advantage.
Absorb her energy for a little bit for a couple hours, right? And we just laughed. And she does like wine tastings there, and yeah.
So this is her business.
This is her business.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. She gets liquored all day.
And this is one of the kits you got.
This is one of the kits.
Delicious.
Delicious. It was good.
I can see why she's drunk at 10 a.m.
She sold me the gourds and I wasn't too keen, but it's been sitting for a while. So it's really good. At first when we had it, I wasn't like super jacked about it.
Too sweet?
It was too dry. Like I couldn't taste.
Yeah.
So I was like really, really disappointed, but it's coming in.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
and I made some coolers we'll have to try too.
Oh,
they're good.
Like it.
All right. Ready?
Okay.
Next song. Tell me who it is in the band.
This is Fugazi.
Yeah. Waiting Room.
Yeah. Okay, this is the Republic song. This is the Republic song. Yeah. And so we'd hang out at the Republic and they would play this music and we just dance like we were just so hardcore.
Like, was it all sketched out or were you just like,
oh, we were just like tough.
Okay.
Tough. You know, I remember me and my girlfriend at the time, we even had like whatever. She was like this little Korean girl, like 100 pounds soaking wet and cute as a button. But you know, we'd have like our wallet chains and just like nice. We're all tough, but we really weren't. And we would dance to this song all the time. It was such a good song. It just got you in that energy. And yeah, that was the Republic song for me. And it was such a fun place besides the bathrooms. I don't know if Ty ever told you how disgusting the bathrooms were there, but they would flood all the time.
Really?
So when you'd walk to the bathroom, you would pull your pants up. Otherwise your pants would just be soaked in like piss. Whatever this is. Yeah. It was disgusting, but one of the funnest bars ever. Love that place. That was really great patio out back. And you would sit outside out there and smoke and they do barbecues every once in a while back there. And it was always the same people, right? You knew your friends. And
what kind of guys did you date back then?
They were a little more alternative then, really drunk.
Like mohawk alternative?
No, more long hair.
Long hair.
Yeah, the long hair kind of guys. And a lot of partying though, you know what I mean? Like it was just a lot of I don't know, just drunk relationships. Right. It was just party time, but it was fun.
What was your shortest relationship you've ever had?
Shortest?
Yeah.
I don't know. 3 weeks? Maybe?
That's good.
Yeah. He was a nice guy. He just didn't live here. So it didn't work out.
It's not going to work.
No, it didn't work out.
You don't live here.
No. You don't live here. He was really sweet. I remember he wrote me letters after he moved away. Like he was kind of just traveling through and we hung out with him and his friend for a while, and then they kept on traveling, but he had written me a letter at one time saying, you should come out and visit. I don't know whatever happened to that guy. He was just a really sweet kid.
Where is he from?
I don't even know. I don't remember where he was from.
Do you know his full name? Maybe we can.
Dustin. His first name was Dustin. I think his last name was
Dustin.
Rosa, maybe?
If you're listening.
Yeah, Dustin. You remember me and my crazy friend? We picked you up in Calgary one day and said hang out with us
for 3 weeks.
Maybe they weren't even here for 3 weeks, but yeah, we hung out with them for quite a while till they had to hit the road.
It was fun, but you're gonna have to go.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of favorite body part on a man?
That's hard. I think I actually like shoulders and back.
Okay.
Yeah, I find shoulders and back to be quite sexy. Nice, like strong shoulders and a strong back.
Yeah,
I find that very attractive.
So why do you like a strong back?
I don't know. It's so masculine, right?
It is.
It's so masculine. It's just, yeah, that's my favorite part of the man.
Do you have like, because you're tall,
Mm-hmm.
so do you have like a height restriction?
No, I do prefer taller guys though. I
Yes.
tried dating one guy who was shorter than me and it was just awkward.
You had to wear flats all the time.
I was still taller. I just
Really?
felt like so big around him. I felt like I should pick him up.
Like, I feel like if we have sex and I ride you, I might squish you.
Yeah.
I dated one guy like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not very big. Like,
No,
I was
you're
probably
a
like
small
100
girl.
pounds
Yeah.
back then. And I was like, I can't.
No,
This
I know.
is weird.
It just, yeah, I like to feel feminine, I guess.
Yeah.
As old school as that might sound.
It's not old school.
Yeah,
I think it's normal.
I guess. Yeah, I like a man. Like my husband isn't that much taller than me. But he's taller than me, so that counts.
That's right. So
Yeah.
speaking, let's talk about your husband
Oh,
for a little bit.
I don't know if he wants me to do that.
Hey, I think it's good. I think it's good. So Blaine,
Mhm.
amazing guy. So how'd you guys meet?
Okay, so I'd known Blaine for a long time, like previous to dating. We kind of hung out in the same circle of friends. He actually had dated my friend very casually at one time, and I had dated one of his friends very casually at one time. And so we knew each other for years previous. And he would always kind of hit on me when we'd see each other at the clubs. Oh, we'd see each other at the back alley all the time.
What kind of hitting on? Like,
He
like,
would
give
be
me
kind
your-
of flirty, you
Okay.
know. And I think I just find out one time he was like, he made a comment that, oh, you know, if my buddy wasn't around, the guy I had dated, that
Yeah.
we were just friends. He's like, if so-and-so wasn't here, then I'd be totally picking up on you right now. I was like, oh, shut up. You're all talk. Show me something. Put something
Yeah.
in there. And so he actually stood up and was like, whoa, she actually likes me.
This could actually work.
This might work. So, and I was living in Canmore at the time. I was just visiting Calgary. And I actually ended up really liking him because I like guys that are helpful. You know, I like guys
Yeah.
that are willing to do stuff. And there's a few tests I put men through when I would date them. A, will they let me use their toothbrush?
Oh,
Or are you
that's a good
grossed out?
sign.
If you don't want me to use my toothbrush,
Yeah, if your dick is in my mouth,
no dicks are in my mouth. But I definitely wanted, like, if you find this gross that I'm using your toothbrush, you're not for me. And so I did that, and he was okay with that. So that was check. And then I think I had to move out some barbecues. I was taking some barbecues to Canmore, and he like had a truck. So he like
Perfect.
just, but no problem, got my trucks loaded, drove out to Canmore, him and his buddy and me, and then they spent like a week out there. I just didn't leave.
I just wanted you to drop the barbecue on.
Yeah, so it was fun. We had a lot of good times back then. So he was still living in Calgary and I was living in Canmore. And
So now you start dating.
Mhm.
He pops a dating question. So how many dates until you sleep together?
Oh yeah, he will say the Shernick girls, which is like my maiden name, me and my sister, that were harder to crack than a walnut. Because that's the other test too. For me, I'm always
Does
like,
his sister like him?
well, it's like, yeah, does my sister like you? And I'm not about to, I usually am pretty slow when it comes to sex, right? Like, you need to prove yourself. Are you worthy of this?
So how long?
I think we probably, I don't actually know, maybe 3 months.
3 months?
Might have been
Okay.
a 3-month window.
Were you seeing him every single day though?
No, because I was living in Canmore. and he was
Okay.
in
So it
Calgary.
wasn't like he got blue balls every single day.
No, just whenever he saw me. And I used to bring my laundry, my dirt. I remember I had like 5 roommates, but we had no laundry in our place at the time. So I used to remember, I would just, when I come to visit him, I just take my whole laundry basket of dirty laundry, come to his house, wash whatever was in there, and that was my clothing for this day.
It's like, I don't get to get any of that dirty. You're just going to already bring your dirty laundry.
Yeah, here's my dirty shit. Let's wash it so I have something clean to wear tomorrow. Yeah, so he was helpful. He was very supportive.
Yeah.
So I think that's what really made me fall for him.
I love that. That's
Mhm.
good.
Mhm.
So let me use your toothbrush.
Let me use your toothbrush.
Got to be helpful.
Gotta be helpful. gotta have a truck I can put stuff
That's
in
right.
to carry around.
And love my sister.
Love my sister, and can then you wash my laundry? He didn't actually, and there was one other condition. He didn't really love dogs, but I had a dog I loved. And if that dog wasn't coming, I remember one time he didn't really want the dog in his house. And I was like, my dog's not coming. I'm not coming.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What kind of dog was it?
She was, I call her, she was a mix. She was a Marley mix or a Morley mix. She came off the reservation out there. So she was.
So it wasn't like a Shih Tzu or.
No, she was a bigger dog. She was like a 70-pound dog, but she was
Okay.
my soulmate. Like one day when I die, I'll see this dog again. So I love that dog. So he relented. Dog was able to come in. I was like, well, we're
Things
done.
Guys do.
Yeah. Well,
for
you like me or
snatch,
not?
right?
Like seriously.
Right.
Dogs.
Do you want this?
Yeah.
You gotta like my dog.
Gotta like my dog. She's my ride or
Gotta
die.
like your dog. Okay, ready? Next song. Cute without the E. Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sounds like the Bouncing Souls a little bit.
Yeah, very punk. Canmore. This reminds me of Canmore days. Back when Canmore, everyone we hung out with were punk. Everyone was punk rockers, right? And they all had, some of the guys you know out there had their own bands and whatever. And they had tons of good shows at there was this dive bar called the Canmore Hotel. It was total dump, but they had some of the best punk shows there. And I love small venues like that, right?
Yeah.
Where you're like up close and personal. Like we hear people coming to the Saddle Dome and I have no desire to go because I'm like, oh, what's the point? Like it's too far. It's not intimate. So that band was a band I listened to a lot when we were in Canmore. So what
was your favorite concert you ever been to?
Honestly, it wasn't that long ago. When we saw AWOL Nation, they came through Calgary and they played at the Flame Central. I don't know if it's still the Flame Central anymore. But he was such a good showman.
Really?
Like he just had so much energy and he just got the crowd going and it was just so good from start to finish. There was just nothing but crazy energy and I just loved it. So that was one of my top. The Smalls were really good. I love the Smalls. And Radiohead, I saw Radiohead.
No way.
Really
I would
cool.
have liked to see Radiohead.
Yeah. Tom York smashed this kid in the head with his guitar. Really? He was getting so mad at the crowd because they kept crowd surfing, but the music they were playing wasn't crowd surfing music, right?
Like what the hell?
He's like, what?
I'm playing a ballad.
Hello, this is a ballad. Can you feel this in your soul? He was getting.
Why are you crowd surfing?
Yeah, this is bullshit.
You guys should be banging in the crowd. Like, this doesn't
you should be crying. You should be in the field. Like, so he wasn't putting up with it. So yeah, it was entertaining. We're like, ooh, that gotta hurt.
Do you have any pet peeves? Anything that like just totally
breathing on me? I don't like breathing.
Like on the back of the neck.
Yeah, or just like if I'm sleeping, like even fans, like an intermittent breathing that starts and stops. I hate that. Yeah, that's probably my biggest pet peeve.
So like, where do you ever experience?
Usually in bed, like when me and Blaine go to bed, if you want.
And he just like snuggles and then
and then he's breathing and then he's not, and then he's breathing and then he's not, and I hate it.
And you're like, hey.
Yeah, he knows. He like tries to cover my neck with the blanket first. He's like, okay.
I'm just gonna snuggle with you, but
I will protect your neck.
It's gonna feel like maybe I'm alive and then I'm dead.
I know.
And then I'm alive.
I know. So true. I don't like that.
I'm not a big fan either.
Or snoring. I'm not a fan of snoring. I sleep with earplugs every night now.
Do you? Get him to get a mouthpiece. Ty just got a mouthpiece, but he like, does Blaine do this?
Yeah,
I want to fucking stab people in the face with that.
Yeah, it's
like, why are you puffing? What, like, you don't wake up?
I know.
You would think that you, like, what are you dreaming about?
It's really weird.
It
is a weird one. I didn't know anyone else did that. So it's nice to know your husband does that too.
Ty is a puffer.
Yeah, it's weird. Does he snore too though?
Yeah, but not anymore because we got a mouthpiece. It's totally throwing his jaw out, making his teeth all fucked up. I don't care. I'm getting sleeps at night. That's all I care about.
That was another present Blaine bought me for, I think, one of our anniversaries. He got
some earplugs.
Earplugs.
No.
Custom made earplugs. When I called them, I was like, so I'm here to make an appointment for my custom earplugs. The girls were like, yeah, your husband's so thoughtful. No one's ever. He said it was for your anniversary.
And you're like, are you being real with me right now?
They were trying not
How
to
about
die
you get
laughing.
My husband's vocal cords ripped out?
I know. They were trying not to laugh. Like, really?
He's so
thanks.
thoughtful.
Wow. Earplugs.
He's so
thanks,
thoughtful.
Babe. Yeah, that was a weird one.
All right, next song.
Okay.
It's gonna be all right.
That's another Canmore song for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the ones where you'd be like we'd be driving to the ski hill or something, and we'd just be like singing away in our friends' beaters, just driving up to the
I love
house
it.
ready for
So
a day of powder.
Snowboard, skier.
Snowboard. Yeah. And then I've just started snowboarding again. Like after with kids, I took kind of a break, and now the kids are old enough that they can come, but they all want to ski. So I snowboard, and then Jonah and Skyla and Blaine are all skiing right now, right? So I can't really help them. So when they were learning, I was like, me, oh wow, bye, good luck, watch out for the trees. And then I got brand new stuff this year. I got a brand new snowboard. I got brand new bindings. I got brand new boots. Actually, that's what I got for Christmas from Blaine. That's what he gave me. It was really exciting. And it's so funny though, because now they have these bindings that are like step-in bindings. So you just click in for snowboarders. Nice. So before you had to like get down on the hill and ratchet your bindings up. And now it's funny, you stand in the line to the lift and you can be like over 40, over 40, over 40. Because they all have the step-ins, right?
Like, yes.
Yeah, it's quite funny. Yeah, we're all just like, yeah, bend over time.
Try it again.
Yes, got this.
What's your biggest pet peeve about Blaine, what he does that you wish he would stop doing besides the snoring?
Blaming me for shit he's done.
Okay, give me an example.
One time he was furious because apparently I had lost the recipe for the pickles. His famous pickle recipe was gone, and God damn it, Leah, what'd you do with that? And he just was so mad at me, and it was like I didn't touch the fucking recipe. I didn't make any pickles. And then I think it was like half a year later he found it in like his truck in some shit, like in some book, and there it was. But he does it all the time. If he can't find something, it's because I did something with it. And that's not true.
Do you know what you should teach him? And actually somebody just taught us this the other day, which has been working, because I think generally men, like, they're not really observant. Like they'll go and look. Like Tyler the other day was like, oh, hey, I'm looking for like that container with the red lid. I'm like, yeah, in the, whatever you call the drawer with all the plastic containers. I mean, it's in there. No, I was in there. I'm like, literally, if I come over there and I find it, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah.
So just look again. I don't know where it is. So then he rigs up, because we were making cedar plank salmon. So now he rigs it up in another container. I'm like, whatever. So he goes upstairs. I go in there. It's fucking right in the bowl, like right here.
So frustrating.
So I just leave it on the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We're getting ready to go to the getting ready to go. He's like, I'm like, yeah, it was in the fucking drawer that I told you to find. So we had a guest speaker at training last Thursday, and she said that she constantly loses stuff. So she always is saying now, why is it so easy to find my keys? Or why is it so easy to find this? And he did it all weekend in the property, and it worked. I lost my sunglasses. He found my sunglasses. I lost my keys. He found my keys.
So you lost the stuff.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really lose it. I was
misplaced,
randomly drinking and randomly just leaving a trail
of stuff.
And then in the morning, I was like, where's my sunglasses?
And he was like, why is it so easy?
Yeah, he found everything. He's doing it every single day now.
Why does that work?
I don't know. I think you're just asking yourself a different question.
Okay.
So your mind is thinking. So why is it so easy to find my sunglasses?
Yeah. Instead of being like, why can't I find this?
Can't. Right.
Yeah,
we used to make the kids do push-ups every time they said can't.
Yes, you can.
Get down and give me 10.
Kids are crying.
So during your relationship, who made the first move? You or Blaine?
I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you more the aggressor? Was he shy?
No, he can be aggressive too. I think he just needs to know it's safe. Yeah. Right. Like it's just if he doesn't want to be turned down. Egos, right?
Yeah.
So they have to feel comfortable and safe.
Have you guys ever made a sex tape?
No.
He
tried. I thought he was trying to once.
Oh.
It didn't go over well. It was when he was trying to propose to me. So he had his friend set up a video camera in our bedroom.
Oh yeah.
Because he was going to propose to me the next morning, because there was just never the right opportunity, because it kept shutting down all his ideas. And so he's like, fuck, forget it. I'm just going to set this video camera up. So I remember I go to bed and I was like, what the hell is that? I'm like, I'm not making no porno in here with you. And I was all mad at him. And that wasn't his intent.
It wasn't.
No. But it was
so how did he propose?
he just, that morning we actually had plans to take me out on a canoe trip. There was a little island on the Bow River that he wanted us to go to, and he was going to do it there. But that day I was like, no, I don't want to do it. Like, he was trying to get me going, and I wanted to go have a fire with the neighbors and have some beers. So he didn't get the opportunity. So he just gave up. And so the next morning he just asked me about it. Still
through the ring.
Yeah, basically, hey.
That's what Ty did.
Really?
Oh my God. We're at Christmas and I go all out for Christmas. Like, I literally spend, I feel like, millions of dollars, and I try to be like, oh my God, I'm going to get you like, you know, a crocheted shirt made name, hand printed by Machine Gun Kelly for you, Ayla. And, you know, it's all extraordinary gifts.
Right.
And I feel like nobody really puts a lot of effort in. So I'm like opening up these gifts and I'm like, oh, awesome. A straightener. Oh, fucking awesome. Pair of fucking socks. And I'm like livid. Like, I'm livid.
Nothing's thoughtful.
I remember picking up my pile and walking to the bedroom and putting it down, and I started crying. I'm like, this is another fucking shitty Christmas. I'm just so over this. Tyler comes in. He's like, oh, hey, I got you this, and throws a fucking box at me. I open it and I look at him and I'm like, are you proposing?
What is this? Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was about time.
Oh, it's so romantic, right?
Super romantic.
And so what did you say?
I said yes, but I didn't even know if it was like a proposal. And then we shared that moment.
But then you guys had a really beautiful wedding, right?
And then when we went to Iceland, crazy thing, he got another ring.
Yeah.
And so we get to Iceland and he's like stressing. They've lost his luggage. It's like a nightmare, right? And he's going up to the counter. He's like, I'll be right back. And they lost his luggage. We didn't get it for 2 days. Apparently the ring was in his luggage, right? And so not only did he have like literally no clothes to wear, that wedding ring, the ring was in there. So I didn't know any of this. And then we went and rented a car and went and drove all over Iceland, and we stopped in this really beautiful place, and the glaciers and you know, the geysers were splashing up, and it was like super foggy. Well, I don't think it was really fog. It was just like heat coming off the ground or whatever. And he got down on one knee and he actually proposed. And I said to him the other day, I said, that would have been really cool to get on camera. Right.
Yeah.
So he made it up. He goes, I think that you needed a better
proposal. That's so sweet.
I'm like, oh, besides the throw the box at me, and
thought it was about time.
Oh, and the funny thing is when I got home and doing the laundry, I threw the fucking ring in the wash machine. You have no idea. And so I sit down, I'm watching TV. I'm like, holy fuck, where's the ring? Because it wasn't sized. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like reefing through, like you're having a panic attack, right? I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But I ended up finding it.
Thank God.
Oh, Tyler.
Oh, Ty.
Oh, Ty. Okay. You have to chug that.
Finish this one.
We're going to do the next song. It's good old.
Okay.
Yeah. Some Glory Days. Some Bruce Springsteen.
Yep.
So let's talk about some Glory Days.
So this was when me and Blaine were dating. And he would blare this in his truck. And it was kind of funny because I was living in Canmore at the time. And all my friends were kind of punk and alternative. But then here I'm dating this guy, and he's driving this freaking Chevy Silverado truck with like a Canadian sticker with like total cowboy, right? And he would wear a cowboy hat and he had like a long ponytail. And everyone was like, what is going on right now? And he would blare that song all the time when we were
no way.
Yeah. So that song reminds me of when we were dating.
So he was totally cowboy when you met him.
He was pretty cowboy.
Really?
Yeah, very cowboy.
You said a long ponytail.
Yeah, he had a weird hair thing going on. So he had long hair, but he wore it in a ponytail with his hat. And yeah, he was probably.
But I feel like you'd have very thin hair.
He had pretty thick hair.
Oh, okay.
It did need a trim. And he had long hair for quite a while. And then I remember one day he wanted it gone. So he asked me, it was so funny, he asked me to shave his head. But we thought, before we completely shave it, we should try a mohawk or whatever. So I was like, okay. So I'm like shaving the sides, and I started out really good down the middle, but then the point ended up in behind, totally crooked, just behind one ear. It was like veered totally off to the left. And I was like,
that looks really good.
And he's like, what'd you do? I'm like, it's great. It's fabulous. It looks so good. It was just so funny because it was just like good, and then it was bad and real bad. But he couldn't really bad. Yeah, it was funny.
I've shaved Tyler's hair once.
Yeah.
Never again. He will never let me do it again. So I did really good.
Yeah.
Like trimmed it all because he liked his hair shaved too. And then I got to the front and I literally did a Mike Tyson like right up like that. And I was like, oh. And he was like, well, what does that mean? And I'm like, oh shit.
It's great.
It's pretty skin to your head. And he literally had him.
And that was the end. They never give you a second chance, right? One mistake.
One mistake. It's ridiculous.
Oh, God.
What's your worst habit?
I still have a problem with loving cigarettes when I'm drinking.
I know, it's bad.
That's the worst habit. Yeah, that's probably my worst habit because I'm too old for that now. So yeah, so that's my worst habit. My vice is when I have some drinks. Do you have any cigarettes?
So you and Blaine have been married for how long?
We got married in 2006. So what is that now? 16? 15, almost 15 years?
No, it's got to be longer than. Oh, maybe, yeah.
No. So.
Okay, so who's your hall pass?
What's a hall pass?
You know, celebrity, guy you meet on the street. He's like, you know what, Leah, if you meet Chris Hemmingsworth, you totally.
I don't think he'd ever let me get away with that.
I say that.
I don't think I have a hall pass. I gotta bring this up because it'll probably never happen, right?
She's like, I don't think so. I'm just curious. Like,
well,
some people do have this hall pass.
I know who it would be, but I don't think Blaine would accept that. I always forget his name.
You don't know his name?
Yeah, I do. I know who he is. I'm having a blank problem right now.
Okay, so what movie is he in?
He just did that. He did that one with the spider Venom.
He's the guy that played Venom.
Yeah, but he didn't look good in that movie. He did that bootleg movie where he was like a bootleg trader with all the whiskey and stuff. That was the first movie I ever saw him in. Come on, Annette, you know him. He was in Peaky Blinders. Come on.
Is this a porno? Peaky Blinders?
Oh, Peaky Blinders. Oh shit. What the hell's his name?
I'll give you some time to think as I pour the last kind.
Tom Hardy.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
okay. That's he's kind of little, no?
I don't know. He's hot.
Yeah,
he's
like
gorgeous. Like I looked at when I first saw that movie, I was like, "You're my soulmate." He just doesn't know it. Yeah.
Ayla always tells me that Machine Gun Kelly is her ex-husband to be.
I actually don't know what he looks like. Isn't he? Is he weird looking, Machine Gun Kelly?
I think he's just probably very likable by under 25-year-olds.
Well, I heard something about him because I do like his songs that are out, but I heard they were talking about Machine Gun Kelly, and he used to be pretty hardcore punk or something.
Yeah.
And then someone suggested that he soften it up his music a bit, and so that's why he's gone a little bit more pop, kind of like radio friendly.
Oh,
but I think maybe if she looked up some of his other stuff, it'd be quite different.
Yeah, maybe.
But I do like his music.
She met him.
Really?
She went to his concert and she designed like a Machine Gun Kelly jacket.
Oh, cool.
And he noticed her.
Oh.
And they did a whole bunch of pictures and stuff.
She was probably over the moon.
Oh my God. Absolutely.
Oh, lovely.
So we're gonna get pretty serious here. You ready? You might use some mascaras. Have you ever faked an orgasm? Yeah.
Shit, don't put that on air.
No, do you fake looking in the eyes or do you look away?
Oh, I should be closed at all times.
Have you ever been attracted to the same sex before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ever played on it?
Yeah, I've kissed. I have not done much more than kiss a girl, but there was a girl in college that she was so cute. And she was also a lesbian, and she used to like hit on me. She'd wait till I get really drunk. She'd be like, "You can stay at my place." And I'm like, "I don't know. I know what you're doing." But yeah, I made out with her once. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I find girls are way better kissers.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
Yeah, no, I have.
Okay, next song. Ready?
Yeah.
Hold on. Good old Tim Armstrong.
Yeah.
Why do you love that song?
Okay, that's my daughter's song for sure. So when she was a baby, my first baby, she was crying and all purpley and red, and I used to just sing this song over and over and dance with her and like in the kitchen listening to that song, right? Oh, that whole album's pretty good. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of Skylar when she was just little, and I'd be dancing around the kitchen and the sun would be coming in and I'd just be singing to her and dancing with her. And yeah.
So beautiful name. Where'd you come up with it?
Well, I always liked the name Skylar, and Blaine did not like Skylar. He thought the was too hard. So he said, what about Skyla? And I was like, yeah, sounds good. So we went with it. Yeah, it was pretty easy.
So did you have it picked before?
No, we had a hard time picking out her name because honestly, I always thought I would have a boy. I didn't even think that I would have a girl. I just, like, when I was a kid, I didn't even know if I wanted children, actually. When I was younger, I didn't know. And I always said, if I do have a child, just one, it's going to be a boy. And so when I had a girl, I was like, what?
So you didn't find out prior?
I did find out.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. But I just wasn't, like, I think I was nervous to have a girl. I'm super glad I have my daughter now. Like, she's amazing. She's a heart of gold. But yeah, I was just nervous about having a girl. I think, the mom-daughter relationship can be tricky to navigate. And I was a little worried about that. I just thought maybe I'd be better suited with a son.
Because you want to be friends, but it's not good to be friends because you still have to be that authority figure.
Yeah, it's two females. And I love my mom, but when I was not an easy teenager as a girl. I was a little bitch.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want, and I remember my mom would be like, I hope you have one just like you. And I was like, I don't want one like me.
I'm gonna train her.
No, I just have a boy, okay? I don't want a kid like me. So no, I'm so lucky I have one at each, to be honest. Right. So, and she's nothing like me. So there you go, Mom. She's actually really sweet.
Just wait, get starting, right?
Yeah, she's only 14.
Yeah.
So the attitude's coming a little bit, but she's still a good.
But you're a hard mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a sense, right? You're like, oh, you're gonna give me some attitude?
Yeah.
Well,
I have a hard time with attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't go well. And same with her dad. Like, neither one of us are good with attitude. So, but she's very good at it in like a very passive aggressive way, which makes you more pissed off. You're just like, I'm gonna lose it, kid. Show me something. She doesn't show you anything. She's just very like, okay.
And you're like, are you
losing your mind? And the more upset you get, the more she's just like, wow, look at you go.
Yes. And you're like, wow,
look at you not go. How can I make you go?
Potentially be dead in 5 minutes.
Like, you better show me some emotion here because I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, I can't deal with people like that.
Yeah, it's hard.
Or like, oh, you're getting so upset.
Yeah, she's very calm, but she's admitted that that's kind of her coping mechanism. She's like, and she's she's been like, I know it seems rude and it comes off. She's like, that's just, I guess, how I have learned to cope with those feelings. So at least she acknowledges it. And yeah, she's good that way.
And you're like, keep those, because when you meet a man,
she will need that.
You'll be able to like mind ninja the
fuck out of him. She's good.
Yeah,
she's real good.
Yeah, it's a good talent.
Yeah, I know. I should learn from her. And take
like, teach me how you do this.
Teach me your ways, young grasshopper.
All right, Leah. Last song. Mm-hmm. You ready? Mm-hmm. Heart.
Oh yeah.
Who's this band?
Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
Yeah, I've never heard of them before.
Yeah, so they're probably more of a recent band.
Yeah.
That I have fallen in love with, and like, if you listen to them, you'll love all their songs. So they're kind of more a representation of what I like now, right? And this is what I'm listening, driving to my kids to their different activities and just singing away, and they're just like, they don't get it. They don't have the same musical taste as me at all.
What do they like?
I don't even know. I don't even know where Sky, like, she has her own music and she puts on her headphones and I don't even hear from her. And Jonah's funny. He likes old stuff. Like, he's like into Metallica and AC/DC and stuff and rock, which is great. And then sometimes he'll go to bed and he'll be playing music and it's jazz.
Oh, wow.
He's like, yeah, I just want to listen to jazz this morning. Like, he's just very eclectic in his choices.
That's good.
But yeah, they're not into like my kind of alternative stuff at all. But this band, really good band. So if you need some new music, check them out.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, they're really good.
So last question.
Okay.
You ready? Deep breath. This is crazy. Okay. So I want you to think of all the things that you've been through in life, all the adversity, challenges, goods, bads, the ugly, and if somebody that you could reach out to has maybe went through a lot of things that you went through, what would you say to them to kind of get through, or how did you get through that? Some words of wisdom that you maybe want to leave.
I think the best thing that anyone ever said to me once was, like, when you're feeling really down, just like, and I used to deal with a lot of anxiety, and I know a lot of kids these days are dealing with anxiety and depression. I think the main thing that they need to remember is that it does not last. So how you're feeling in this moment is not going to be how you feel forever. So I think sometimes it seems bleak and there's no end at that tunnel. Yeah. It's just like, am I going to feel this broken forever? And it feels like it will be forever. And then just to have someone say to you, no, like you might feel completely different tomorrow. Like there somehow is gonna, and feelings change, constantly change. Nothing is the same, right? So I think that would be my thing for people to remember, is that no matter what you're going through, things are in constant flux and they're always changing.
Yeah, that's good advice. So you want to know what kind this wine was?
I like this one. It's yummy.
Right? It's raspberry.
Oh, and I love raspberries.
Well, Leah, thank you so much for joining me on Music Junkies today.
You're welcome.
And apparently I have to say like, subscribe, follow. I don't know what else
they like say like, smash that like button.
Smash it.
Smash it.
Yeah, you know, anything that Leah says, just do it. So tune in until next time. Look at me like all creepy like here.